All right, we're here at Capital Casino, about to head in. Going to go for that $500 a day and that 1-3 game. We'll meet you inside. All right, first hand we play, we open for a small raise with a pair of eights. Get one caller, flop comes 10-10-9, and they check to me. So I make a standard continuation bet for $10. They call. Turn card comes is perfect. It's an 8. Now the player leads at me for $70. They only have about $30 behind. So I know they're going to call off. So I just go ahead and stick it in. And they call. River card comes as a queen. I roll over the eights, and it's good. This hand I'm in the big blind with king jack of diamonds. We got a 5-way limp pot. Flop comes nothing for me. It's 7, 8, 9 with 2 spades. It gets checked around. Turn card comes as a king of spades. So here I'm just going to lead for $10, trying to deny equity to those with still drawing or king with a weaker kicker. I get one caller, and then we're off to the river card. River is a complete blank. It's 4 diamonds. I lead for 10 again, just trying to get some value, and the person calls with king, queen. Okay, this hand's a live 6. It's folded to me on the button. I look down at aces. I raise to $21, and everybody folds. I open with a small raise with 10-8 suited. I get one call from the blind. Flop comes 8 high. It's checked to me, so I make a continuation bet for $15, and I take it down. All right, I raised $12 under the gun with ace, queen of diamonds. I get 2 callers. Flop comes ace high, 2 clubs. I bet about 1/3 pot, and I end up getting 1 caller. Turn card comes is a blank. It's a 3 of hearts. I check for deception, seeing if they have an ace, if they want to take a stab at it. They quickly check behind. So now I'm thinking that they're more than likely on a flush draw. River card comes as a 4 of hearts. I check it again, hoping that they'll take a stab at it. And they wisely check behind, and I roll over my ace queen, and it's good. Now in this particular hand, I pick up kings on the button. We had 1 limper, and I make a small raise. And get 2 callers, the small blind and the limper. Flop comes ace high. It's checked to me. I'm just going to check it back here. I have a feeling someone has an ace. Turn card comes as another blank. It's checked to me again, and again I check it back. River card comes as another blank, and now the small blind leads for $21. I'm pretty sure they have an ace here. I came close to laying it down, but I was getting such a good price, and I just had to catch him bluffing, 1 out of 4 times, and made it even. I call, and he rolls over ace queen. I open for 15 with king jack of hearts. I end up getting 3 callers. Flop is pretty good. It's queen 3 deuce all hearts, so I flop the second nut flush. Players check to me. I go ahead and bet 15. I get a couple folds, and then the blind raises to 45. He's a very solid player. He likes to be on the trappy side. I figure he has a strong hand. I'm not sure whether he has the nut flush here or something else. I'll find out on the turn. So after I call, we go to the turn card, and it's a blank. It's a 9, black 9. And he goes ahead and fires all in for 177. Now, of course, he wouldn't be doing this with the nut flush. He would want to milk me a little bit more. So I'm putting him on a strong hand, possibly something like pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, ace queen with the ace of hearts. I played with him a lot. He's a good player, and I thought I'd use this opportunity to try to get a read on him. So knowing that he's doing this without the nuts, and I definitely have the best hand here, I engage in some conversation, ask for a count, you know, trying to see how uncomfortable he is. I know I'm not trying to nit roll him or anything like that. I'm trying to get a physical tell that I can use at a later date. And it was useful. I learned something, so I make the call. River card comes was a 9 of hearts. It wasn't a good card. I thought he might have the ace of hearts as a backup. He ended up having 2 black kings. So I roll over my flush and I take it down. This following hand, I have Queen Jack offsuit in the small blind. Someone min raises to 6, and we get a bunch of callers, so I feel like I need to see this flop. So I call with the Queen Jack offsuit. Flop comes 5-5-8. I'm not interested in at all. It gets checked around on the flop. Turn card comes as a 9, giving me a gutter ball. I check it again, and now a player with a short stack just shoves all in. And he gets a fairly quick call from the player to his left, and I just mucked the hand. And as it turned out, the player who shoved all in had Jack 5 and ended up making quad 5s for the high hand. Congratulations to him. I opened for a raise with 9-10 suited on the button. The small blind decides to stick in his stack, which is only about $40 to $41. I go ahead and call to give him some action. Flop comes with 1-9 in it, and turn card is awful. It's an ace. River card was not much better. Anyway, he ended up having a pair of 6s, and I took it down with a pair of 9s. This is against the same player as the last hand. It's an interesting one. I raise with King 9 of diamonds. He defends. Flop comes ace high, and with 1 diamond. So I miss. He checks to me, and I do a continuation bet for $10, and he calls. When he calls, I'm pretty sure he has some sort of ace here. I'm about to give up on the hand, but I turned a little equity with the 3 of diamonds, and I thought maybe he had a weaker kicker, so I decided to put in another bet for 20. He calls quickly, and the river card comes is pretty good. It makes the flush 10 of diamonds on the end. He checks again, and since he was sticky on the first 2 rounds, I put in a little bit bigger bet to $50. He tanks for a little bit and then ends up making a good fold. He told me that he had the ace jack of clubs, and I have no reason to doubt him. So good fold on your part, and lucky for me. All right, on this hand, I have King Jack of diamonds, open up for a raise to $12, and I end up getting 4 callers. So we go 5 ways to the flop for $60. And the flop is 9-5 jack with 2 spades. So it gets checked to me on the flop. And as I was thinking about what kind of sizing to use for my bet, the person directly behind me bets out a turn. So they back up the action to me, and I said, that's okay. He likes his hand, let him bet. And I go ahead and I check. He puts out the same bet, and now it's folded around to me. And with King Jack, I make the call. I'm putting him on a hand, possibly like a jack with a flush draw, maybe some sort of combo draw. Anyway, the turn card comes. It's a Queen of diamonds. Not a very good card. If he had some sort of combo draw, he now got there. Maybe he has a flush draw. I'm still ahead. So I go ahead and make the call. River card comes as a king of spades, so it completes the flush, completes the straight, but he's very short on chips, so he bets off like 30-something dollars, and I can't fold for that with 2 pairs, so I go ahead and make the call, and he had Queen Jack. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. All right, we just finished up playing today. Our last pot just put us barely over 500, so we cashed out $510. Played for about 2 hours. The game was not that great today. A lot of, well, not much action. On the few hands where I got action, I happen to have the best hands, so that's good. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.